How's it going, everybody? It's K4K Crypto here. I'm going to show you guys how to connect to Pulsechain Testnet v3 without any further ado. If you just go to pulsechain.com, you're going to find probably the simplest, easiest way to connect and just try Pulsechain v3 for free. And it gives you the network information to connect with using MetaMask. No matter what you did before or how you connect to crypto normally, I would just recommend you create a new Google profile, which is just by going up to the upper right of any web browser you have. Click the character symbol, and then at the bottom is an add button. You just click the add button. Create a new one. Make sure you don't have to like create an account. You can just do like continue without an account. Do that. Install MetaMask. Install any like ad blocker that you want if you don't have one, and then you just come here after you've installed MetaMask and created a seed word thing. It's just for testing, just for fun. No risk. You're not going to send any money to that MetaMask. Then all you got to do is plug in this information. Whenever MetaMask is up here, you're just going to click this middle button, and then there's this add network, and you can click that, add network. Down here is add network manually, and then you just put in the information that is on pulsechain.com, and it'll be connected at the top, and you'll see Pulsechain Testnet v3. And then all you got to do is go to the block explorer that is linked in pulsechain.com. Now this is where you can see what transactions are happening on the chain. You can keep track of the gas costs, how many wallets, which version you're on, what's happened in the last several blocks. But the most important thing to find on this site is this under apps button, and you can go to pulsex, which is the DEX. So let's open that. It's a separate tab, and since we're already connected, we currently have 10 test pulse because we used the faucet, which is just a word we use in crypto for places you can just get coins sent to your address by just claiming them without having to spend any gas or spend anything to get them. Just hand it out for free. And you can get access to that by also going back to that blockchain explorer and then clicking testnet v3 faucet underneath apps. Opens up a new tab. You're gonna come to something like this, and you can just claim that by hitting request, and then it'll be sent to your wallet. And you can also copy your address if it didn't autofill it correctly by clicking here, and then you just fill this here. Now it won't let you just keep spamming it. So right now it says 23 hours 39 minutes left until I can do it again. But I do have a workaround for this if you want a little bit more test pulse, and if you have a VPN, I recommend using NordVPN, and if there's links in the description if you don't have it for the best deal on a VPN. And if you use that, you're actually able to get as much test pulse as you want, because watch this. You just create a new account, test3. Let's go over here to assets. If you hit request, it doesn't allow you to get it. See, I'm gonna hit request. It still has the same error. But if we change our node on our NordVPN software, which is really easy to set up, we just change our node, boom, we're at a new node, and we're going to make sure we're copying and connecting with the new address. Copy it into there, even though it's already copied in. We're gonna request it, and boom, there we go. Now that's another 10, and you can do this as much as you want, and it just takes like the block time to fill the spot. So this will come in like probably 30 seconds or less. There's also the sacrifice checker. So you can go here, put in your sacrifice address here, and it'll tell you how much Pulse sacrifice credits you have and pulsex sacrifice credits. Also, if you got hacked, you can also fill out these forms, and they can kind of help you maybe get your coins sent to a different address at the launch. I'm not guaranteeing you can get that treatment, but you can attempt to if you can reach out through there. There's also some nice links at the top of this website. Feel free to check those out. But currently we are interacting with the Pulsechain testnet. We should have these coins in our wallet now. Let's see, we'll connect here. Yep, now we have 10 test pulse in that new address. We also have the other two addresses that I have that amount. So you can switch between them. Account 1, test 2, test 3 was that new one we just created. And we can trade. Now we have a balance of 10, it says here. And you can see what the ratio is. Currently it's 5.8 pulsex per pulse, which means pulsex is at a worse ratio to pulse, which means it's cheaper than pulse itself. I'm not sure this is indicative of what will happen on mainnet, because I've been chatting with the devs about some information about how much supply of pulsex is out there, if it's accurate, and also how the AMM bot is adding that stuff. I think there's some things that need talked out still I don't have the answers for yet because I don't think it was considered. So I'm talking about that with some people to see if this is actually what it's going to look like at mainnet launch, because we also don't have the buy and burn function. Even like the front end isn't up for it yet. We used to be able to see buy and burn, and you would go and people could pay the cost to run that function, and it would sell all of the earnings that pulsex had kind of created on certain pairs and use that to buy pulsex up and increase the price and remove supply from the pool that it's harvesting from, that it's selling into. And that's currently not up right now, and neither is the DAO for voting in, special reward tokens to be given to pulsex stakers, because there's a way to stake on pulsex. They just haven't released it yet. The most important stuff I think that's important to test, some of that's not on here yet, like the bridge, the DAO. Like right now we don't even have the dollar prices in yet. Like that still all needs fixed. So we still have, I think, some days before we would go to mainnet. So spend the time learning how to use this stuff. Use that little trick with a VPN. You can get a discount down in the description, nordvpn.com/K4K. You get this special discount. And yeah, there's really not much else to test on the testnet v3 right now, but that's how you can connect and you're ready to go. Yeah, if you go to the bridge, it's connecting to the wrong current Ethereum testnet that is no longer in use. It has to be, they have to change the bridge. It's actually, I think it's even a different bridge than before. So they have to give us the right URL to go there and point the stuff in the right spots. And then that'll be working. I'll make a video on how to do the bridging on testnet before mainnet comes up. Everyone should see that video because everyone's going to need to learn that skill if you ever want to transfer stuff from Ethereum to Pulsechain and vice versa. Super important for just navigating the DeFi landscape. So you're going to want to watch that video. So be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell on Twitter and on YouTube. Definitely get a VPN and a hardware wallet leading into this next bull run. Super important. Those links are in the description. And I use those products myself. I think they're fantastic. Like I showed you the value of the VPN. You can just get as much test pulse as you want. Couldn't do that otherwise. You can check out the Block Explorer. You can join the Telegram channels. There's tons of Telegram channels out there talking about Pulsechain, pulsex, testnet. I have one, t.me/pulse theory, and we talk about like the more strategy based and numbers based type of stuff. If you want just like basic help, there's the Pulsechain.com Telegram. You can look up that one. But other than that, that's how you connect to the Pulsechain testnet. Future videos will come out whenever we actually have the extra places to go. Also, just so everybody knows, mainnet may launch at any time now, Richard says. It says right here on the website. So just be prepared for that. More videos will come out in the coming days as we get more stuff unlocked by the devs, making it accessible. And I'm super excited to see this whole ecosystem unfold with you guys. Thanks for following the channel and supporting me. Peace out.